This morning, and there's a lot of speculation the day before Colorado's primary. It's related to the state removing former President Trump from the ballot, claiming he's disqualified for leading an insurrection with the Capitol riot.
During arguments last month, the Supreme Court appeared skeptical of Colorado's effort. The Colorado court was the first to invoke Article 3 of the 14th Amendment, barring former office holders who engage in insurrection from holding public office again. Maine and Illinois also joined Colorado in removing Trump from their primary ballots, but the decision has been stayed pending an appeal.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Now, Colorado's primary is among 16 contests on Super Tuesday tomorrow. Today, North Dakota holds GOP caucuses, and former President Trump wrote on Truth Social they're going to send a message to President Biden. We're coming like a freight train. In another post, he called Nikki Haley a loser after she won her first primary. In Washington, D.C., though, only 2,000 Republicans cast ballots. She got 63% of the vote after telling NBC's Meet the Press.
I don't think we want a Joe Biden who calls his opponents fascists or a Donald Trump who calls his opponents vermin. No one wants that.
A Fox News poll has former President Trump leading President Biden by 2 points.
72% of voters say they are dissatisfied with the state of things in America. When asked whose policies helped their families more, 25% say President Biden's policies were beneficial. That's compared to 45% who say former President Trump's policies helped when he was in the White House.
Fox's Gernal Scott, a member of the Israeli War Cabinet, will meet with Vice President Harris the day after she called for a pause in the war in Gaza at a civil rights event in Selma, Alabama.
Let's get a ceasefire. Let's reunite the hostages with their families.
But ceasefire talks may stall. Hamas is refusing to agree to Israel's demand to provide a list of hostages who are still alive. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
A story that broke in April of last year with the leaking of classified U.S. intelligence in an online chat room has led to this.
Jack Teixeira is expected to enter a guilty plea today in a federal courtroom in Boston. The Massachusetts Air National Guardsman is accused of stealing and leaking classified military documents about the war in Ukraine, as well as other sensitive topics on the social media platform Discord. Teixeira, who is 22, had previously pleaded not guilty and faced decades in jail. He had been working as an IT specialist at Otis Air Force Base on Cape Cod since 2019 and was arrested by the FBI in April. The leak incident had a ripple effect. The Air Force disciplined 15 personnel after it was discovered that they failed to take action on Teixeira's suspected behavior. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
3 Americans and a Russian are way up above us.
3, 2, 1.
SpaceX launched the latest NASA mission late last night from Cape Canaveral, sending the crew to the International Space Station for a 6-month stay. This happened last month, but we're just learning about what a pilot did on a flight that he and a mother will never forget.
Jakaran Saran Rockskill, who's a pilot with 18 years experience, was flying a Vietjet plane from Taipei, Taiwan to Bangkok, Thailand, when the cabin crew informed him that a woman was in labor in one of the cockpit bathrooms. He then jumped into action, leaving the cockpit to assist as his co-pilot flew the plane. Saran Rockskill said he never delivered a baby before, told Viral Press he was proud to bring a baby boy into the world. The baby and his mother checked by paramedics after they got off and are reportedly doing fine. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before this week's trading, down for the Dow, but up for the NASDAQ. Caitlin Clark has again rewritten the record books, becoming college basketball's all-time leading scorer for women and men, passing Pete Maravich, leading Iowa past Ohio State. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign fire was spotted to a residential fire Saturday in the 1300 block of North Walnut Street. All occupants already outside. The crews worked quickly to get that fire under control. After an evaluation of the occupants, crews transporting one to a hospital. No firefighters hurt. A dog did die. The fire left the family displaced. Unofficial St. Patrick's Day is a long-time event on the University of Illinois campus, celebrating the holiday early before students go home for spring break. Now officials say enthusiasm for the events dwindled the more that safety's been put at the forefront. The day gained infamy after a 23-year-old student died in 2017. Since then, the university's made it a priority to address problematic behaviors. Some parents in Urbana say they want a solution fit for everyone. On Thursday, they held a rally voicing concerns about a redistricting proposal that would see Urbana elementary students being moved to different schools. Urbana School District's been working with a consulting firm to draw a new boundary plan for elementary schools in Urbana. We're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Well, good morning. There was a guy I interviewed many, many years ago, and every year at this time, he would say it's time to take the day off. He'd give his entire company the day off because he wanted you to go March 4th.
Okay.
And March 4th and get it done, Soye.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
What are we getting done? Yard work?
Yeah, really.
I tell you what, this is just a fabulous start to our March. Good morning. I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey.
Hi.
This is Greg Solier, meteorologist, brought to you by Carl.
And Carl reminds you, it is March, and they work every day to improve the health of the community members across the region, as you know. And they're always looking for an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment. If you are, visit carl.org/careers.
Well, you got us going on a good foot here, buddy. What are you seeing out here?
Well, more to come. We march forth, my friends, with still a frequency and progression of weather systems around here. No real winter in sight around here. Of course, we are in the season of meteorological springtime as of March 1, the astronomical version towards the 19th. And boy, between now and then, I think we're in relatively good shape around here. No shortage of continuing to build soil moisture on some of the kind of marginally dry areas. We want things even keeled once we get out there with field work in mind here in the weeks to come. 46 to 51 mile an hour wind gusts. That was a little too windy yesterday, but the winds have faded. Temperatures are still up at 55 at Willard and Savoy, 48 at Rantoul, 52 Bloomington Normal, 58 at Danville, to 54 at the Kankakee, and under the arch at St. Louis at 63 degrees there. Still a healthy south wind for the day today at 20 to 30 and gusty. I guess that's better than 50 mile an hour winds, and a high temperature for the day today expected to top out at 75. Normal high this time of the year, 45. Down tonight to 54. A shower around this evening, maybe a thunderstorm before midnight, and then some more widespread rains are due in after midnight tonight. We'll get some shower activity tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, even an early thunderstorm with a high about 57 degrees as winds turn it into the north. That'll settle us into the 30s tomorrow night, and then more clouds than sun heading through Wednesday and Thursday. 53 on Wednesday. Thursday high up to 57. That's still well above average around here. Then another rain system due in between Thursday night and Friday. It'll linger Saturday. High temperatures in the lower 50s on Friday, the mid to upper 40s for Saturday. Dry time on Sunday. Should be a little over an inch worth of rain this week here in East Central Illinois. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, here we go, off and running. First of all, Todd Boating, thank you for your service, sir.
My pleasure.
Well, we appreciate you very much. 14-year career with the U.S. Marine Corps before leaving to apply the values and discipline he learned in the military to corporate America. He's on the board of Carry the Load, a nonprofit organization that provides active ways to connect Americans to the sacrifices made daily by our military veterans, first responders, and their families. Todd Boating, the U.S. Navy starting to enlist individuals who didn't graduate from high school. Is this where we are now?
It is where we are now. It's obviously a much deeper topic than just dropping standards, but that is where we are.
How come?
Well, I think what you really have to look at is why did the Navy go down this road? And the reason the Navy went down this road, they had to ask themselves this question. With all the threats on the horizon, with the needs of the United States military to protect and defend the homeland here, is a body better than nobody at all? And essentially what they did, and you have to understand, these decisions, they take time to happen. This was not just an overnight decision. And what they did is they looked at it and they said, okay, if we drop the standard by way of a diploma or a GED, Are we willing to give up what that says, which is commitment, as long as we exchange it for a higher qualification score? So prior to this, what happened was you could get a lower qualification score as long as you had a high school diploma or a GED, because they felt that that showed a commitment level to starting something and finishing it. And now what they've said is, okay, because of COVID and things like that, people were impacted. And as long as they get a higher score on the qualification test, we'll look past that potential issue.
What do you think? I mean, that's the Navy thinking. What do you think, Todd?
Well, I'm going to turn it around on you, and I'm going to say this. If you had a standard for your peers to join you, and now all of a sudden you drop that standard, are you willing to accept less than the standard that you had previously, under which you were operating? In other words, is that okay? In my opinion, what we should be doing is we should probably be raising standards, because if you raise the standards, there's a psychological aspect where people want to be a part of something that's a little more exclusive. If just anybody can get in, then what kind of special group am I being a part of here? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, let's put it in even simpler terms. Let's say I need 5 guys to play basketball and 3 have never played before. How's that going to work out?
Well, it's going to upset the 2 that have, who are more qualified.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was exactly my point.
I think you're right, Todd. We have to raise all boats, right? We have to say, listen, the fact that 40% of people are obese in America, maybe they can't even do the job.
Yeah, and of course, the pessimist is going to hear what I'm saying, and they're going to say, well, wait a minute, how can we expect to raise the standards and get more people if we're even, having trouble getting people right now? And here's the answer to that question. If you look across the services, now I'm biased, I was in the Marine Corps, but if you look across the services, the only service that is not having challenges with the recruiting numbers, that's not a statement that it's not hard to hit the numbers, but the only one not having that challenge is the Marine Corps. Why? The Marine Corps, we have done a very good job from our inception of creating a standard and requiring people to live to that standard. Our purpose is very clear. You go to our website, it says nothing about college bonuses. It says nothing about anything other than an opportunity to earn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. There's a very clear purpose, and without that clear purpose, you're asking people to join for material reasons. Mm-hmm. And that is the biggest problem that each of the other branches have. And the reality is, I love the Navy. I think the Navy is a fantastic organization. They've got great history. Unfortunately, I think they've lost their focus. And their focus is about preserving this republic.
Well, you got the few, the proud of Marines, right? So that image and perception is totally there. But what about the fact that they're introducing woke principles and politics in the military? They can't help.
No, and that goes back to my point. Now, no service is immune from this right now, but I think some services, and the Navy is guilty of this. They've lost the focus. They've allowed the wrong things to infiltrate the walls, if you will. And again, no service is immune from this. But if you lose your identity, why would I come join you? If you don't know who you are, how am I supposed to know who you are?
Yeah.
And why would I join you if that identity is not clear?
Well, and what about the pivot, Todd, on like the fat camps I'm hearing about, training before you start the training?
Well, I mean, I think it's a Band-Aid, but it also speaks to the larger issue. The larger issue is we're a very different society today than we were 20, 30 years ago, than we were 50 years ago. Now, that doesn't mean the kids are any less smart. In fact, I think the kids are smarter today than they've ever been. Whether they've got taking it back to our part of the conversation, whether they have a diploma or not, I think kids are smarter today. That does not mean that they're more knowledgeable and wiser and hardworking. And you're right, we are softer. Therefore, we have a lot of kids who aren't qualified simply because of physicalities. So the idea of putting in the fat camp, as you referenced, that's a Band-Aid to a larger societal issue.
Todd Boating, how can people connect with Todd? It's B as in boy, O-E-D-I-N-G. How can we connect with you?
Well, I have a leadership development practice that actually addresses these things in the workforce, and that's tribeandtrust.us. I'd love people to visit and contact me.
Hey, thanks for your time today. Nice meeting you. Thanks for your service.
My honor. Thank you.
ESPN 93.5, Todd Boating down in Dallas on the Tapman's Towing phone line. And now sports headlines.
Well, our Illini women had senior night yesterday and won 74-73.
Great win over Nebraska. No, good team.
Makaira Cook's free throw with about 37 seconds left or whatever it was ended up sealing the deal against the Cornhuskers. Ended up with 20 points on that game. So we're a number 9 seed heading into the Big Ten tournament, and that will begin for our Illini women Thursday at 11:30 against Maryland.
Can't call Shauna Green, can I?
I mean, I can arrange things.
I'd like to have Shauna on again.
All righty.
Since I just signed her up till 2050 at the University of Illinois. I didn't tell Josh Whitman that.
Right.
But I locked the deal
I wasn't sure her reaction on that.
She laughed, but 2050, she's good. A really good coach.
You know, who we need to lock in is Marcus Domask. And but I know he's like a grad student or something.
This is
he
it.
Came from SIU.
Tomorrow night, get in your seats.
Oh, yeah, 5:30 for that senior ceremony as we take on Purdue at 6.
It's going to be longer than the 4th of July parade. It's going to take a while. Just as all our guys are leaving.
Right.
They came and they went.
I think there's 8. I don't know if it's that many. I need to check that, but it is a lot. 91-83 over Wisconsin. And Marcus, in his home territory, made it even sweeter. I saw a lot of social media pictures of him and the family, and since he's from Wisconsin and all of that. So good job in our Illini.
Well, last time a team went in to Wisconsin and won 4 times in a row? Never. Last time a team scored 91 in the Kohl Center? Never. In regulation, nobody's ever done 91 in the Kohl Center since they built it.
Wow.
So Illinois, really unbelievable. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you they've got their free teen hangout. They've got camp counselor opportunities and the aquatics. If you want to be a lifeguard, check all these opportunities out at urbanaparks.org.
And if you missed it, I do have Brad Underwood from the locker room after the game from Saturday. I'll play that coming up. And a Stever stand by.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign Urbana is Saturday. Overall, pretty quiet weather picture. Weak weather system heading through the southern states has a little more moisture expanding northward into our general neck of the woods and points on southward. That includes, a little bit of wet snow, some rain mixed in for this morning, a little rain back in this afternoon, and temperatures up to about 45 this afternoon. Average high for the time of year on this March 1, then the start of meteorological springtime, right in that range. A bit of a light south wind, mostly cloudy tonight, 33. Partly sunny for the day. Tomorrow, high temperatures with a bit of a south breeze up, getting close to 60. 45 tomorrow night, and we'll flirt with 70 on Sunday. A mostly sunny, windy, and seasonally mild day. 72 is a warm one on Monday as well, with some shower thunderstorm activity expand across the area, especially the afternoon and into Monday night. That activity winds down on Tuesday with the high temperature up around 55. A little more rain in here early Wednesday and again towards Friday of next week. Otherwise, 50s by day and 30s at night. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Goldman Sachs top market strategist believes the current tech rally is grounded in reality. David Kostin is telling clients he believes it's not like the dot-com boom of the late 90s because the valuation of the top tech stocks is currently supported by their fundamentals. NVIDIA shares are up another 1% after the AI chip maker closed with a market value above $2 trillion for the first time on Friday. Strategists at Bank of America believe the S&P 500 will rise this year to 5,400 by the end of the year. The S&P is making more changes. Super Microcomputer, a company that makes servers and help with AI, will join the S&P March 18th, and so will Deckers Outdoor, the maker of UGG boots. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, talking to lawmakers weekly from opposite sides of the political spectrum about the issues of the day and how Americans can find common ground in a politicized world.
That's just not happening on Capitol Hill. It takes leadership, right?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Along with all your Brett Baier favorites like the campaign, the candidates, the all-star panel, and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Luke Goody from your men's basketball team.
So, Luke, you're what, about 6'7"?
Yeah? Why?
Because size matters in basketball and video.
I know it's easier to shoot over a smaller guy.
And it's easier to see every detail on the biggest screen. That's why we brought in Sony's 98-inch Bravia. Unbelievable TV for gaming and sports.
That's not taller than me, though, is it?
No, but it's 8 inches wider than you are high. It is large and in charge.
All right, so it's big. Does it lose something blown up that size?
Nope. The Sony Cognitive Processor delivers wide dynamic contrast, billions of natural colors, and high peak brightness all the way to the corners over 8 feet apart.
So all that means is it's expensive, right?
$69.99 isn't cheap, but it's less than a good projector and screen, and it works in bright rooms.
So, how much am I getting paid for this commercial again?
Well, not that much, Luke, but with your good credit, it's under $650 a month with 0%, including tax and installation by Good Vibes experts.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
All right, so Brad Underwood with the big win at Wisconsin. By the way, Illinois has defeated Wisconsin and Michigan 15 times in a row.
Wow, that's a great stat, too.
Kidding. 8 in a row over Michigan, 7 in a row over Wisconsin, including 4 up there.
Oh, wow. I might have more skip in my step today knowing that.
Well, listen, bottom line is this. We're a good basketball team.
Yes.
Brad Underwood in the locker room after the game.
The emotion of the game early, I felt. I thought that we did a nice job of handling that. Took us a little bit. I thought Terrence really settled us down with the stretch and our defense. And I think we had a sequence where we had 7 or 8 straight stops. In that time frame, that got us back in it. I thought that Marcus handled his return back to the state in a way that was unique. Most of the time, those don't go that way. But in front of friends and family, he did it against an elite defender all night long in Tyler Wall, who I have so much respect for. You know, I thought offensively, we settled down after we got out of the first few minutes. I thought Terrence did a terrific job on AJ, kind of limiting his 4 of 12, didn't get off a 3. So it was nice game on the defensive side for us, and then, offensively we just kind of found our way. So excited for the win and beat a very, very good team that is going to have an opportunity to make a deep run in the tournament.
All right, so Marcus the Mask, 7 months ago, none of you heard anything about his life. Nobody knew a thing, didn't know the name. He was a nearly 2,000-point scorer down at Southern. He was Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin.
Right. He's from Waupun, Wisconsin.
So he didn't get an offer from Madison.
I know.
And so must have been a small school situation.
I don't know.
Southern Illinois, that's what you had. I mean, you're Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin. Well, guess what? The kid got really, really better at the game. And Brad Underwood, what has Marcus meant?
We probably don't have enough time for me to talk about what he's meant for us. We knew he was a really good player. He was just shy of 2,000 points coming in here and missed 3/4 of a season at Southern. And so we knew his versatility. We just didn't know how we were going to see it, what it was going to look like. And, basically our full-time point guard now and his skill set. I have not been around a player who spends more time. He gets 3 workouts a day and include one of those our practice. He is ridiculously committed to the game of basketball and his success. And whether it's treatments, whether it's the recovery piece, whatever it is, he is very committed to that. To come home, most guys, get a little amped, get a little nervous, and that becomes the moment. Is worrying about all that other stuff. He just focuses on the game, and that's a unique quality. It really is to understand that there's a game. He's a great teammate, and that showed out today. Couldn't be happier for him.
Right, he showed kind of that swagger about him too down the stretch. Just how much does that play into your confidence to go to him and know that he's going to be in the right mentality?
Yeah, there's very few times he's not in the right mentality. I thought it was a little. Yeah, there's very few times he's not in the right mentality. I thought it was a little bit of a slower start for him tonight, but he just kind of finds his way to the game, and he doesn't force it. We were, as we are every game, we're curious as to what the matchup will be, and who will match who. He just kind of picks and chooses, and again, he's got 14 pivots and the ability to shoot that fadeaway and right hand, left hand, and that becomes a pretty hard guard, especially when you're 90% free throw shooter.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll say goodbye to Marcus, Coleman, Terrence, Justin Harmon, Marcus, Quincy Guerrier. There's 5 guys.
Yep.
We'll just go back to the portal. I mean, you're not going to replace. We got some good players coming in,
and I love this experienced team.
But it's back to the portal we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Stever, the program where I proudly, excitedly give you money. Today I'm handing out $50 bills to eat at the Long Branch Steakhouse. We're looking for somebody who has not been there ever. It's at GoStever.com. If you've not gone to Gifford and had a steak there, please do yourself a favor and try and win this. You have to GoStever.com. You just get on there and click me, and then you'll be entered. You'll get an email tonight. I'll do $200 worth, so 4 people. I'll send 4 people to spend $550 to go to Long Branch and Gifford. So all you do is go to GoStever.com. If you're a member of the club, thousands have joined.
Yes.
And you are welcome to do that. It's free for now. Anyway, you go to GoStever.com and you can get in on the $50.
Seared scallops and salmon on Fridays too, in case you're exercising Lent type things. So Donnie's got that bone-in New York and T-bone, I believe, or something like that, ribeye maybe. And it feels like those are more flavorful cuts of meat. But Donnie's a meat guy. He just knows how to talk to the butcher and get everything just right.
And he cuts his own. So he'll make whatever size you want if you want to pay more. But it's as it goes, it's unbelievably good.
That's right.
So it's GoStever.com, and good luck to you. All right. Anybody remember the name Lisa Hart?
Yes, I do.
Anybody else remember the name Lisa Hart? Your mom would probably know that name because she was the star of Buns of Steel.
Yes.
It was a video. It was kind of the Jane Fonda era.
Right. Jane had the Thigh Master, I think.
No, that was Suzanne Summers.
Oh, that's
Suzanne
all
Summers.
that
And
stuff.
I talked to her back in the day, too. I've never talked to Jane Fonda.
They're wearing the bodysuits and the leg warmers.
It was
and
a
all
flash
of that.
dance. What a feeling.
Let's get physical.
Let's go and talk to Lisa Hart, and we'll reminisce a little bit with Lisa Hart. If you want to look her up, Leisahart. We'll be right back. ESPN 93.5.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Supreme Court has an announcement scheduled at 10 a.m. Eastern, unusual because the court's not in session today, leading to speculation it's about whether Donald Trump can be kicked off primary ballots.
The Colorado court was the first to invoke Article 3 of the 14th Amendment, barring former office holders who engage in insurrection from holding public office. Maine and Illinois also joined Colorado in removing Trump from their primary ballots, but the decision has been stayed pending an appeal.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Colorado and Maine are two of 16 states holding primaries tomorrow, Super Tuesday. Nikki Haley wins the Republican primary in Washington, D.C., beating Donald Trump for the first time.
Rightly or wrongly, chaos follows him. And we can't be a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it.
Haley campaigning in Portland, Maine. Trump delivers remarks today at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Haley's campaigning in Texas. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. One Champaign principal being recognized as the Illini Region's High School Principal of the Year. Centennial High School Sarah Sanders, in just her first year with the school, earned the title after contributions throughout the Unit 4 school district for almost 20 years. Awards part of the Horace Mann Illinois Principal Association High School Principal of the Year Awards program. One person hurt. A dog died in a Champaign house fire Saturday. It happened in the 1300 block of North Walnut Street. Heavy smoke and fire coming from the single-story home. When crews arrived, they used multiple hoses to extinguish the blaze. The cause is under investigation. Resident complaints have the Decatur City Council re-examining rates for the hauling of yard waste. Council member David Horn asking council to look at the rates for premium yard waste services after citizens saw their bills. At least one hauler requiring residents to pay for their service in a year advance and charging $5 a bag after the customer fills up a 96-gallon tote. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. We check our weather forecast. Meteorologist Greg Solier, and the weather brought to you by Carl. Say it again.
Carl reminds you they're always looking to increase the team. They have all kinds of opportunities. Carl.org/careers.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event is Saturday. Overall, pretty quiet weather picture. Weak weather system heading through the southern states has a little more moisture expanding northward into our general neck of the woods and points on southward. That includes, a little bit of wet snow, some rain mixed in for this morning, a little rain back in this afternoon, and temperatures up to about 45 this afternoon. Average high for the time of year on this March 1, then the start of meteorological springtime, right in that range. A bit of a light south wind, mostly cloudy tonight, 33. Partly sunny for the day tomorrow. High temperatures with a bit of a south breeze up, getting close to 60. 45 tomorrow night, and we'll flirt with 70 on Sunday. A mostly sunny, windy, and usually mild day. 72 is a warm one on Monday as well, with some shower thunderstorm activity expand across the area, especially the afternoon and into Monday night. That activity winds down on Tuesday with the high temperature up around 55. A little more rain in here early Wednesday and again towards Friday of next week. Otherwise, 50s by day and 30s at night. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
She's kind of known worldwide, healthy living expert, well, one of the Buns of Steel stars, Lisa Hart. How are you?
I am up and at 'em. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I was reading about the history. Now, we have a lot of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds listening going, Buns of Steel, what is that? How would you describe Buns of Steel?
Well, they're strong, they're perky. Oh, no, let's see. Now, not everybody recognizes the name Buns of Steel. So when I am in those audiences with the youngins, sometimes it's like, well, your mom may have done these workouts.
Yeah, right.
But everybody recognizes the name Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So Buns of Steel is a Warner Brothers production, and They are exercise videos that were really, really popular back in the day and are still thriving today, but they are just tried and true exercises to tone your body, not just your bones.
You competed. You got like a first runner-up, and then somebody from Warner called you, and had it been a man calling, it was a woman, had it been a man, you'd have hung up on him because buns of steel. What? Hang up.
Yeah. So Melissa Berman McNeese called me, and luckily it was her saying, we need you to send an audition tape of you exercising. So, of course, if a guy said that, I would have been, calling the police or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so you got into this thing. You were the lead instructor. It sold 6 million copies, Lisa.
Yes. I was on the right channel at the right time, and this forever changed the shape of my life. And I'm in my mid-50s now, and this is something that I still embrace, and it still is bringing me so many blessings in my life and in my career.
Well, I got Diane Ducey. She's on with me every morning, and I've been trying to get her to get exercising.
Right.
What kind of motivation can you tell Diane and people to say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just a single step? How do you motivate them, Lisa? Because that's what you do. You motivate people.
That is what I'm all about, inspiring and sharing. And oftentimes when people think of me, a fitness expert, they think that, she must be a gym rat. And, well, she's going to tell me I've got to exercise really, really hard, or that I have to get up really, really early in the morning. Au contraire, none of these things are true. I am not a gym rat myself. My favorite thing to do is walk. And so my message is we need to breathe better, breathe more deeply, take in everything that life has to offer, and we need to simply move. We need to simply get off our bum. And even starting from, are you sitting at your desk all day at work? Well, we've got to bring home the bacon. We've got to turn on the light, pay the light bill. But if you can get a standing desk, get a standing desk. If not, just stand up and do your work sometimes. Bring your laptop over to the bar counter or something. Move around more. Of course, take the stairs instead of the elevator. But, we just need to move more and think more like a child. Just laugh more, enjoy more, breathe more, worry less.
Lisa, I like what you're saying about breathing, too. When it comes to our breathing techniques, how do we improve that?
I love that. This is something I've been a huge advocate of my entire career, is that somewhere along the way, after we were a little baby, and you watch that baby sleeping in the bed, and you see their belly expand, their heart swells, and then it sinks. Somewhere along the way, we didn't think it was polite or something, that we breathe in, and oftentimes people will squeeze their belly in. Well, then your lungs went, help! So we need to breathe like a baby and let the belly and the ribs expand, to let the room for the lungs to expand and take all the oxygen in. So the belly and the ribs should be expanding on the inhale, and then slightly relaxing and sinking on the exhale to give those, it's scientific.
Yeah.
Give those lungs room to breathe and bring in more of the oxygen that your body and your brain needs.
Well, Lisa, being the Buns of Steel star and everybody sees you and you're out and around, what kind of pressure do you feel now to say, I gotta look good? I mean, the paparazzi take glee in if you got really fat. So, it just, how do you do with the pressure? Because there's got to be people, people look at you.
Well, they do, and luckily I'm a ham, and so I welcome it. I love it. But one of the gifts that I was given several years ago was that I was in my early 40s. I'm in my mid-50s now. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and so I needed to make some dietary changes so that now I am completely drug-free. But I needed to make some dietary changes to reduce the inflammation.
Wow.
And so my nutrition is so lean and clean, and I don't have to work out really hard. And some people might go, well, it's just because, you're born that way or whatever. No, I'm not. There are members in my very large family that are very overweight, and we came from, same blood. But it's, for me, it's about just moving to feel better in my body. And yes, I do feel the pressure. But people listening might be thinking right now, oh, I bet she works out really hard and she's probably just not even eating or anything. No, I am a chow hound that I eat really lean and clean, lots of protein and lots of, all of the colors that we're given in our fruits and vegetables. The more colorful your plate can be, the better it is for you. And for me, that walk out with my dog is wonderful. And some people get frustrated when their dogs are stopping to sniff. Stop and sniff. Well, God, they're stopping. You know what I do when they stop to sniff? I do standing squats. And I don't care if anybody's watching.
That's awesome. It's Lisa, L-E-I-S-A, Lisa Hart, healthy living expert, one of the original Buns of Steel hosts, still walking, staying in shape. Sometime I want to talk to you about what you ate to get off drugs from rheumatoid. That's kind of cool, too. Mm-hmm. You just changed everything, got off the stuff, because you don't want to stay on the stuff if you don't have to.
Exactly.
How can people connect with you?
Well, thank you for spelling my name out. Again, LeisahHart.com.
Huh?
That's all you got to do.
Well, listen,
Don't call me.
And
Google
you
me.
speak all over the world, right? So people could hire you to speak and motivate and things like that. But
yes,
awesome.
that is my life mission, to make it simple for people. People ask me, what's the best time of day to work out, and I don't even like to use that word, work out. How about what's the best time of day to move?
That's it.
It's the time of day that you'll do it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, listen, keep going. Blessings to you. Keep up your good work, setting an example, and keep it going. We appreciate your time.
Wonderful. Get moving, everybody.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Are we motivated yet? Can we hop down and do a push-up? Can we do something? Can we
when she
move today?
calls out the inflammation, I'm sure that must have been a sugar thing. I feel like that's it for me. Is that I had a big piece of cake yesterday at the Holiday Inn at the Lincoln Day dinner. I just couldn't resist.
It was a fun event last night.
It was.
I saw that chocolate cake. It looked really good. Grace spoke last night at Lincoln Day dinner.
That's speaking of motivational speakers.
Yeah. Gracie did wonderfully. I really enjoyed listening to her talk, and I think the people in the room did too. But got to meet a lot of candidates running here in the primary. Just trying to say, hey, it's an unbelievable privilege to live in America. Some great patriots in the room. We had a 102-year-old veteran from World War II.
Yes, we did.
Wow, that was impressive.
And so many great little nuggets. I was taking some notes as Grace talked, and, we get emotional and we have feelings, and what my feelings don't allow, for the blood of Christ will surely cover it. Yeah. I love that aspect of it. And how things don't go our way. And she mentioned the greatest grief are the million little funerals of what we thought life would be. And, we do have disappointments, but we've got to carry on. And especially in this political landscape, here we have Super Tuesday tomorrow all around, but for us, it's March 19th. If people feel even a little bit passionate about the election in 2024, step up and be an election judge, or be someone who's behind the scenes, or volunteer in some kind of way in your community and get involved.
Yeah, you can. Aaron Ammons looking for poll watchers and people Republicans that want to get active, but the only way things will ever change is if you get involved and do something.
That's right. And we want to keep it fair, so we have both sides represented well.
Okay, so it is 7:44, and she talked about her book, It's Okay, Finding Peace in Unexpected Places, and just a lot of nice comments. But it was really fun last night getting out and And because I don't go out as much as I used to.
And meeting people who are on the ballot, it means so much to
Yeah.
me to know people who are, going to work for us. The Champaign County Board, you might write that off, but boy, is that an important position.
Mm-hmm. And it's right now 16-6, I think, is the Democratic advantage over the Republicans.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens March 19th, the primary, and then general, of course, coming in this November. But again, I thought Dr. Sue Mantell did a great job putting it all together.
Yes, she
Jim
did.
McGuire is the Republican chair here in our county now. So ESPN 93.5, quarter till ESPN 93.5. We'll check your sports headlines. Coming up Saturday, November 18th for one night only at the Virginia Theater. Come out to the red carpet world movie premiere of the family-friendly comedy Irresponsible, starring Keith Campton. Parts of the movie filmed right here in our town and features dozens of local actors. Come and meet all the stars of the movie and ask questions, get pictures, and free autographs.
Hi, this is
Doors
Chris
open
Jackson
at 6
with
p.m.
Kramer
Showtime.
Siding and Window. And whatever your project, you can count on Kramer Siding to offer you the best products backed by the best warranties in the business and a lifetime of great customer service. And right now, you can save 10% on roofing, sunrooms, and decks, get 15% off gutter helmet, and you can save 25% on preservation siding, windows, and doors. So call today or visit us at kramersiding.com and let's get started on your project.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Illini fans, this year we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium for the 2024 Fighting Illini football season. Season tickets for the 2024 football season are on sale now, and Illini fans who renew their season tickets by February 1st are eligible to win amazing prizes, memorabilia, and experiences. Secure your season tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against Michigan. Visit fightingillini.com for more information.
Saturday, November 18th for one night only at the Virginia Theater.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
So after the game on Saturday when Illinois beat Wisconsin again, here's sounded like a Wisconsin reporter.
Coach, 4 years ago, came to the Kohl Center, snapped a long losing streak to the Badgers. Now you've won 7 straight. What changed in the time in the program? And you've talked about the atmosphere and how difficult it is to play here, to be able to string together these wins now and kind of handle this rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a great program, and it has been for so long. And I may be wrong, but we're not even halfway there to what Wisconsin's streak was over us. So we still got a lot of catching up to do. And it's a great program. Some teams you just, you kind of play well, and I think our guys always get up for playing Wisconsin. Greg's one of my close friends in the profession. I've got so much respect for the job he does, and It's I'm not trying to make light of anything. It is quite a feat to come in and win someplace 4 times in a row. Great players, great coaches, beating a great program, and we're happy for that.
So, I mean, I think Wisconsin beat me 15 times in a row, something like that.
Is that right?
So we've won 7 straight.
Yes.
So it's all the right words, no question, because we could see them in the Big Ten tournament for all we know. I think Illinois will have locked in with the win. They're double bye.
Yes.
A week from Friday.
That's going to work to our advantage.
So we'll even if we lost the last 2, Purdue and Iowa, we're still a 3 seed. Best case, I think we can tie Purdue, but Purdue would have to lose to us tomorrow night, and then we have to beat Iowa on the road, and then Purdue would have to lose whoever they play.
Okay.
That would be a co-championship. So it's still in play.
Okay.
So we just have to.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. So there is that. All right. So Illinois wins. Good news. Now the rest of the headlines.
All right. And the final on Saturday was 91-83. I kind of like that noon tip-off there.
Yeah, that was fine. But the crowd was really. I mean, they honored Howard Moore, who was in a tragic car accident. He was a assistant coach for Deion Thomas at the University of Illinois Chicago. And so it was an emotional start. Badgers got off to a 14-5 lead. And we just came back. And Marcus, I don't know how Marcus Damas could have played a better game in front of 300 people in his support group. 300?
Wow, I didn't know it was that
They
big.
guessed it was 200 to 300. I think the whole town showed up.
From Waupun, Wisconsin.
How could you be the best basketball player in the state of Wisconsin, Mr. Basketball Wisconsin, and I guess he must have been at an itty-bitty little school. It would be like Judah Christian has the best basketball, but he hasn't played,
Right.
It's a Class 1A. That'd be the argument, I guess, but how about now? Yeah, he got pretty good. Yeah. Marcus was making Larry Bird, Michael Jordan fadeaways, man. It was stunning. He was unbelievable.
He had a block, and he was assisting and rebounding, and just on fire.
Yeah, and Tyler, I thought Tyler Wall guarded him well. But when you back up and do a fadeaway at 6'7", good luck blocking that. Man, that was really good.
So go Illini. Next up will be Purdue, and with the senior honors, 5:30 arrival to get in all of that. I think we counted 6 guys when we have the Williams. Is it Max Williams?
Mike, yeah. He's a kid that got in and scored a point.
That's right.
Everybody went nuts.
Cheered.
Yeah, right.
So, and rally towel night and all that. So, should be a lot of fun. Illinois women beating Nebraska 74-73. Next up will be Maryland in the Big Ten tournament at 11:30 on Thursday, as we are a number 9 seed. Caitlin Clark has joked about being named Ponytail Pete in the recognition of how her game resembles Pistol Pete Maravich. So Sunday, her last regular season home game, the Iowa Star passed LSU, an NBA legend, for the most points individual. Okay, should I just stop
There's
talking?
an asterisk.
Oh.
Pistol Pete Maravich, go look at YouTube and look up Pistol Pete.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark is not Pistol Pete. And listen, she's changed the women's game forever.
Okay.
But Pete Maravich scored 3,600 points in 3 years.
3 seasons at LSU, 67-70.
Caitlin's had 4. Pete Maravich didn't have a 3-point line.
Okay.
Pete Maravich without a 3-point line, you know what he averaged? He averaged 44 points a game without a 3-point line.
Whoa.
It's Apple.
I can see that.
Well, you can't compare, just like it'd be hard to compare records in the NFL when a guy plays 12 games, the other guy plays 19.
Okay.
It's a whole different, but particularly the 3 versus 4 years.
Right.
It's, Caitlin Clark has changed women's basketball. There's just no doubt about it.
Sure.
However, it's like go look at the video. She's not Pistol Pete.
Okay.
That guy was a magician with the basketball. How do you score 44 points a game with no 3-point line in 1968? So if you were to extrapolate and say, okay, the number's 44 points a game, and then you add that up. So if you do 4 years Pete Maravich at 44 points a game, then I'd say that's the number. And Caitlin Clark is going to stay another year, I would think. So she should go after that to be like 5,000 points. So if she can do that, then I think it's comparable.
Well, because she's such a superstar, she was brought up in a lot of the bios I was reading as I announced in Homer Elementary School on Friday night for the 3rd through 5th grade basketball tournament with, 6 different teams. And
you did the PA announcement?
I did.
Good for you.
And they shut off the light and they had a floodlight and then, you'd have the Bulls intro or whatever.
That's great.
It was so
Oh,
fun.
I bet the crowd went nuts.
It was great.
That's really
good.
good.
Thank you to everybody who came out. It was just so fun supporting the Heritage Hawks and the little kids and all that. And actually, they had a halftime show at the last game with 54 cheerleaders from the Homer Sports Commission that came out and did a routine.
Wow.
54 girls, Stevie.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was awesome. All right, we had San Antonio over the Pacers 117 to 105 yesterday. The Chicago Bulls are in Sacramento at 9 tonight, and the LA Clippers for the Milwaukee Bucks game is at 7 o'clock. I was seeing how our baseball team essentially split, but yesterday won 12-6, and there were some homers they talked about over Michigan State. So that's essentially sports. I saw Indiana beat Maryland 83-78, and Nebraska over Rutgers 67-56 in Big Ten basketball.
All right, weather this morning brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Busey, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Welcome to March 1st and the start of meteorological springtime. Still a fair amount of spring-like temperatures expected to build our way here in the coming days, next couple of weeks for openers, and an increasingly active one down the line for next week and beyond. In the meantime, weak weather system traversing the deep southern states. Its northern extent generating a little bit of rain, perhaps a touch of some wet snow mixed in from time to time, and a late day high to 45 and a light south wind, mostly cloudy for tonight, 33 the low. Tomorrow, some peaks and pokes of sunshine, milder, the high nearing 60 in the afternoon. Pick up on the south wind and will flirt with 70 and a windy and a seasonally mild, mostly sunny Sunday. Then Monday, some shower activity expands across the area, perhaps a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Those only linger into early on Tuesday. Temperatures up around 72 for the day on Monday, cooling to about 55 on Tuesday, and then highs in the low to mid 50s. A few sprinkles Wednesday, a little more rain Friday. Overnight readings generally above freezing. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, our Stever offer is Long Branch Steakhouse. Yes. That means I can give you $50 to Long Branch Steakhouse. We get 4 winners. Go to gostever.com. We're looking for somebody today who has never eaten there. So if you're going, I don't eat it, then get in. Because if you've won this before, you won't be eligible. It won't pick you.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Good luck to you. $50 to go eat steak. How's that work in your schedule? You'll
Yummy.
have this weekend and next weekend to eat it. And then you must fill out thoughtfully.
Because they're open Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday, 5 to 9. And so if you have time to do this in your schedule over the next 2 weekends, then go for it. And when you're done, you'll thoughtfully fill out your survey so Donnie can somehow get better than he is.
Comment at 359-2255 from Maxwell talking about Clark is more comparable to Steph Curry than Pete, changing the game just like Steph did when he got into the NBA.
Yeah.
And we were talking with Lisa Hart about breathing, and Easy had talked about smell the roses.
Take your time.
Blow out the candle.
There you go. There you go.
So I like
That's how you do it.
Breathing.
Yeah, I wasn't breathing so good Friday when I was in the CrossFit Open.
Oh, yeah. How did that go?
I've determined CrossFit is extraordinarily easy if you don't need to breathe. So I'm working on that.
Okay.
You have to deal with less breath.
Yes.
But the workout was essentially 45 dumbbells from the floor to over your head each arm, and then 90 burpees.
Oh, boy.
And all in 15 minutes.
Hard pass.
So it was great, and it's an international thing. I'm on the leaderboard. I am not in first, and I am not in last.
Okay.
Feeling pretty good about that.
You're not last.
Yes, ma'am, I'm not.
All right.
So I finished the thing too.
Okay.
I got it done in the time.
Well, there you go.
Which in my age group was not very common. So yeah, okay. So we'll be right back. Is sports and viewing bad for your health?
Oh, boy.
Stand by. By now, you've all heard the expression, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. But who are they? They, the PDR staff, understand that a name is only as good as the people that represent it. The PDR staff has more than 335 years of combined automotive experience. Several employees now on staff for more than 25 years. PDR, more than just a name. Family owned and operated, now celebrating over 50 years in business. You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Have you ever looked at a junk truck and said, man, that truck is pretty? Two men in a junk truck trucks are pretty. They're pretty big, so they can handle large jobs. They're pretty reliable. Two Men in a Truck has been recognized as a trusted leader in the moving industry for over 35 years. Now we are proud to offer that same reliability to junk removal, and they're pretty fast. When you're ready to let some things go and that you don't need, you don't want to wait 3 weeks. You want it gone now. Go to twomeninAjunkTruck.com and make room for what matters most.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The Supreme Court will issue a ruling in about an hour. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. We don't know on what case, but there's a lot of speculation ahead of Super Tuesday. It's the Colorado versus Trump decision. It's one of the 16 states with contests tomorrow, and its Supreme Court ruled the former president is constitutionally disqualified for leading an insurrection with the Capitol riot.
During arguments that happened back in February, some of the justices expressed major skepticism about Colorado's efforts to kick Trump off its ballot. They posited that a decision in Colorado's favor could set a precedent that creates what they called an unmanageable situation in the country.
Fox's Jillian Turner. Maine and Illinois also removed the Trump name from the ballot. That's being appealed as well. North Dakota has its Republican caucuses today with Governor Doug Burgum, who dropped out of the race, pushing for a Trump victory. But in Washington, D.C., he lost. Nikki Haley became the first woman to ever win a Republican presidential primary, saying in Portland, Maine,
"We can't be a country in disarray in a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it."
She got 63% of the D.C. vote. Now, the former president posted on Truth Social he purposely stayed away from Washington. His campaign says insiders crowned Haley queen of the swamp. The former Trump Organization chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, is in court now in New York City, working out a guilty plea to perjury charges in testimony he gave at the former president's civil fraud trial. Weisselberg already pleaded guilty in 2022 to tax fraud. Ceasefire talks may remain stalled, attempting to stop the war in Gaza. Hamas is refusing Israel's request to provide a list of all the hostages still alive. Today, an Israeli war cabinet members in Washington, Benny Gantz.
The Biden administration is trying to secure a 6-week ceasefire before the Muslim holy month of Ramadan next week that would free remaining hostages in Gaza and allow aid to be surged into Gaza. An official from Netanyahu's party says Gantz did not have approval for his meetings in Washington.
That's Fox's Jared Halpert. America's listening to Fox News.
Hello, America. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you don't have Consumer Cellular yet, now is the perfect time to switch and save. For a limited time, new customers can get wireless service for as low as $15 a month for your first year. Yep, the same exact nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for $15 a month for an entire year. What are you waiting for? Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and use code RADIO15.
See consumercellular.com/firstyear15 for promotional details.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Just ahead of all the Super Tuesday contests that former President Trump could win on the Republican side, and President Biden will likely win for Democrats. There's a new Fox News poll showing a 2-point Trump lead head-to-head.
The poll shows President Biden's job approval sits at 42%. When that's seen alongside past chief executives in their respective election years, it's lower than former Presidents Trump and Obama, both at 45%, and former President George W. Bush, who is at 53%. Most voters view the economy as the top issue this election cycle. They say the president's job on the economy and fighting inflation has been poor, with more than 60% disapproval on each. But it's not where President Biden's the most underwater. Right now, 66% of respondents don't like how he's handled immigration. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
3 Americans and a Russian are on their way right now to the International Space Station.
Finally, after delays, a SpaceX rocket and capsule is now transporting more crew members to the space station on contract for NASA.
3, 2, 1, ignition, engines full power, and liftoff of NASA Crew 8. Go Falcon, go SpaceX, and go NASA.
Liftoff was just before 11 p.m. Sunday night from the Kennedy Space Center. The mission, called Crew 8, is bringing 3 NASA U.S. astronauts and 1 Russian cosmonaut to the station. Those 4 will spend roughly 6 months aboard the orbiting outpost. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks might not take off. Dow futures are down nearly 200 points, but NASDAQ futures up slightly after Friday's record high close. In college basketball, Caitlin Clark set a record leading Iowa past Ohio State. She became the all-time leading scorer for women and men in college history. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign Fire responding to a residential fire Saturday in the 1300 block of North Walnut Street. Good news, everybody got out. Crews worked quickly to control the fire. After an evaluation of the occupants, crews transported one to a hospital. No firefighters hurt, but a dog did die in the fire. The family was left displaced. Champaign man arrested after a shooting and left one dead in Danville Wednesday. Police responded to an address in the 800 block of South Street. A Bourbonnais man identified as 30-year-old LaQuell Key taken from the scene to a Danville hospital. He was later pronounced dead from injuries. Fans of Anaheim and comics gathering in Central Illinois this weekend for the first UICon convention hosted at the Illinois Union. Free event for the public and students at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign alike. The focus of the event, Anaheim, comics, and webtoon. The event came together as a collaborative effort from different student-registered organizations at UIUC, including the Japanese Anaheim Club and Character Creation Hub and more. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, thank you for watching. If you watch on Facebook Live or YouTube channel, our notifications are like 0 because nobody they don't want us.
That's
just the way it is. So we used to, in the day. So yeah, I think there were 2,000 people.
Right.
And what we need to do is just get a studio audience in here. That'll take care of
there
that.
you go. Well, anyway, we have a new camera angle on me, and I don't know if I like it because.
I'll have to take a look. I saw Diane.
I look like I'm 6'2", and so what that's going to lead to is that people are going to say, "Gosh, you're a lot shorter than you look."
No. I mean, how can they know your height?
Well, you look at this. When I play, I starred for the Washington Generals, in a game with the Globetrotters many, many years ago, and somebody took a picture of me courtside. I had the sweats on. It looked like I was 6'7". So it's just like Tom.
Hanging from the rim.
It's how Tom Cruise and all these guys have done it.
That's
they do camera angles. Tom Cruise is like 5'8". So it's like angles. So anyway,
and then they cast people around them, and like Prince, for instance, it was like 5'2", and he never went out with ladies who were over 5 foot.
Boom! So. That's how you do it. They had women walking in trenches on the beach in movies with like William Holden and all these. I don't know if William Holden.
An interesting
but
concept.
The guys were walking. Humphrey Bogart was short.
Okay.
Anyway,
Dudley Moore as well.
Dudley Moore. The other part of that is that I used to say I looked like Robert Redford, and then I was a massive disappointment. So I said, then I started saying, okay, so I am 5 foot 300 pounds, and I'm taller and thinner than they thought. So it's expectations.
I see.
All part of that.
It's
all right.
funny on the radio, though, the images that people come up with. A lot of times when people meet me, they say, "Oh, I thought you'd be blonde." And I don't know how to take that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to tell. All right, it's weather. Meteorologist Greg Sawyer.
TV puts 20 pounds on you or something.
Right.
Yeah, there's that. Because people on TV, you see them and they're...
Right.
Anyway, it's just the comments people make. You're going, man, I don't know. Okay, so there's a reason Stevie Jay's on radio. There's a reason my daughter is in front of people and on camera.
That's right.
I'm on radio.
I tell people I'm one powder puff away from a brown bag. So
there you go.
I do TV. So.
Weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschel, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Meteorologist Greg Sawyer with spring-like weather.
You betcha. So get out and enjoy if you weren't able to do so yesterday. And a little less wind for the day today. Boy, some of those wind gusts, Willard and Savoy and throughout the better part of East Central Illinois, 46 to 51 miles per hour. That'll dry the soils out for you if you were in the mode to maybe do a test run out there. And a little more wind again today, but down from what it was yesterday. We do have a more active weather pattern this week. Fair amount of rain, maybe close to a little over an inch with 2 separate weather systems for this week. 59 incredible degrees already at Willard and Savoy. Cool spot, Rantoul 53, 60 at Danville, and 55 up the road at Bloomington. Normal up to 75 today. Average high this time of the year, you ask, is about 45 with a partly sunny sky and that south wind 20 to 30 and still gusty, but hopefully down from the hits of yesterday. A little shower activity breaking out at some point tonight before midnight. The best coverages are after midnight with maybe a late night thunderstorm, a low in the 50s. Tomorrow, much cooler. Will hold up around 57 degrees, but that's still better than 10 above average. Southwest breezes will turn to the north. Showers in the morning, showers in the afternoon, maybe an early day thunderstorm as well. 30s tomorrow night, clouds and up to 53 on Wednesday. Partly sunny, 57 on Thursday. Thursday night into Friday. Another rain system through the area with a high near 52. Might be kind of sprinkly here and damp on Saturday at 46 and readings in the upper 40s as we move forward. Daylight saving time beginning here before you retire Saturday night at 2 a.m. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting and meteorologist Greg Solgate.
Thank you, sir. Doctors and nurses often describe how quiet things get in the emergency room during a World Series game or the Super Bowl, but once the game ends, it tends to get busier. One theory is that people with chest pain, trouble breathing, other symptoms of a potentially serious problem who ordinarily would have reported to the emergency room right away may delay because the game's on. Of course, there's another possibility. Game itself, especially if a game is close and particularly exciting, might cause enough stress on the body that heart attacks, strokes, or other dangerous conditions could develop. In light of this conversation, cue the band a little early. We'll be doing NCAA picks in March Madness. Will be coming up. Dr. Jill Wagner from Dallas, Texas. Are you like an MD, Jill?
I am a real live MD.
Nice.
So it's not Dr. Jill Biden. She's a PhD. You're an MD, so you can write
I'm an MD.
You can write me scripts. Okay.
Excellent.
So here's the answer. Yes, it is stressful. Yes, it's wonderful when we win and very stressful when we lose. And I kind of joke about that, but man, there is a difference. And I've tried in life as I've gotten older to say, listen, I'm going to give myself an hour, and then I'm over this. 1 hour? I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to invest that much. But, man, there's no question we're into our stuff, Jill.
I know. Those of us who have been practicing medicine have noticed this forever. I remember when I was in training a few decades ago, the day after Thanksgiving or the day after a big game, you did not want to be the person on call because you were going to get slammed with people who came in. There's a combination of things, particularly for people who have underlying health issues. When you couple the emotion, the alcohol, and the horrific food, it is just a recipe for potential disaster.
Oh, I thought we were eating healthy during games. Oh, nachos. I didn't know that.
Yeah. When's the last time you had some cauliflower wings as opposed to real ones on game day?
Yeah,
there's that.
It's not happening. You're right about that. All right, so of course you have to also factor in the fact that we're pathetically out of shape in America, right?
Yeah, just put that on top. Pile all of that stuff together, and then it's gonna happen. And it makes sense when you put everything together. It makes good sense, and we should anticipate that.
Okay, so the bottom line is, yes, it's stressful. You know what I tend to do in close games? We have the University of Illinois here.
Right.
And we're pretty good at basketball.
Go Illini.
So I tend to back up. So it's like, okay, I'm on the couch and then I'll go further back. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in the closet,
sure that
Jill.
helps.
I'll be in the closet pretty soon, Jill.
Right.
That's going to have to, because it's just you want them to win so bad. But I don't know, are you a Dallas Cowboy fan down there?
Listen, I am a fan, and just don't tell anybody, but I was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader a bunch of years ago. So 1977 to 1980, I was actually a cheerleader. So I still keep my eyes on the boys from time to time.
You were a cheerleader when Tom Landry was your coach, man. That goes back.
Yeah.
And we have a dear friend, Mike Ditka, was also an assistant coach with you guys back in the day. So you had Roger Staubach, Super Bowl champions, and you were on the sidelines, Jill. That's so cool.
I was on the sidelines for 2 Super Bowls.
Wow.
I was at the Super Bowl when it was a Jackie Smith dropped that ball in the end zone.
Yes.
I was there. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a fan.
Jill, I'm gonna take a leap here. I'm gonna say you're the only Dallas Cowboy cheerleader that went on to get a medical degree. I'm gonna guess that.
No, actually, there are several of us.
Really?
Yeah, so there are a couple of surgeons.
Wow.
And we were kind of, we really were those people who were going to school and, graduate school, professional school, going to college. I mean, it was a real thing. They didn't just make that up. That was really.
I did not. I see. My perception is beautiful and really physically fit, but I wouldn't think you'd be brainiacs. You're a brainiac. You're a doctor. I mean, that's awesome.
What? Well, I like to think so. Anyway, whether that's humoring me or the truth.
No, I mean it. No, you can't just walk in and be a doctor. That takes a lot of time. Yeah. And so, did you get paid when you were? Did you ever get paid, or is it more for I'm a cheerleader?
No, we actually did. It wasn't a big pay. I think we got something like $15 a game, and then we got paid more for appearances.
Yes.
But the experience was the more I go through life and I reflect back on it, just really was a life-changing experience.
Well, you've done well. So, okay, bottom line is, what do you do when the Cowboys play in the playoffs and it's all on the line? How do you watch a game?
Yes.
You're the doctor. You're the example.
Are you drinking water?
We're having more nachos with cheese. How do you do it?
Well, you drink water in between your beer, and then you always have to be aware of what you are consuming. And I say this to people all the time. It just does not make sense to kill yourself on one day. So have some of those things that you don't traditionally have, but keep in the back of your mind that you want to live another day. You want to be alive tomorrow to celebrate the win. Just those kinds of things. Make sure you take your medication. And if you feel like you're getting a little too deeply invested, take a walk. Just get up and walk away. And then there's always, you could take your yoga mat and be in front of your friend's television to yoga. But just be aware. That's the main thing.
Well, I think you're terrific, Jill. Keep up your fine work. Can people connect with Dr. Jill Wagner in Dallas, or you have a way people can find you?
Absolutely. My website is askdrjill.net, and then I'm all on all of the things that everybody's on at Ask Dr. Jill.
Well, listen, a pleasure meeting you, and way to go being so accomplished. Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being on with us, Jill. Thank you, Dr. Jill Wagner in Dallas, Tapman's Towing phone line. ESPN 93.5 at 8:17. Sports headlines.
Women, 74-73 winners over Nebraska. Makaira Cook's free throw around 37 seconds left in the game is all it took to seal the deal. And now we've got the Big Ten tournament up in Minneapolis. Thursday at 11:30 as a number 9 seed will face Maryland. So I'll see what I can do reaching out to Shauna Green and her team.
I'm a Shauna Green fan, for sure. I think she's a terrific coach. And folks, Brad Underwood, what? I mean, the winningest coach in the Big Ten last 5 years is Brad Underwood. Man, I mean, beat Wisconsin at the Kohl Center 4-0. Nobody in history's ever done that. It's impressive. Brad Underwood, yikes. Wow. 5 20-win seasons in a row. Only he and Lou Henson share that in the history of basketball at Illinois. some of these numbers are starting to go, well, I guess he's a pretty... I mean, we had a month ago, somebody said, should we let Brad go?
I know.
What are you talking about?
Fair weather fan.
No, it's like...
It's the same with Coleman Hawkins.
Well, if you don't...
Every other game.
If he doesn't make a run to the Final 8, he should be let go. What you guys... No.
I know.
Now, can we win some games in the tournament? Yes. Will we? I have no idea.
Right.
But, man, I think we're good enough. If we can just get to the second weekend, then you're kind of playing with house money. And you get to that point, we have a good team. Mm-hmm. Can we get through the first weekend? That's the key. But, man, Brad Underwood, come on, man. Just look at the numbers. He's done terrific. This is a very impressive run here. No question.
It makes me want to hear a little Brad. I guess we don't really have time. But
maybe I can play that right after our weather.
91-83, we took down Wisconsin, and boy, that felt good. What a game for Marcus Domas, 31 points.
Yep. All right, we check Greg's weather. We'll be right back. ESPN 93.5. Play some of that Brad from the Madison locker room coming up.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. Overall, pretty quiet weather picture. Weak weather system heading through the southern states has a little more moisture expanding northward into our general neck of the woods and points on southward. That includes, a little bit of wet snow, some rain mixed in for this morning, a little rain back in this afternoon, and temperatures up to about 45 this afternoon. Average high for the time of year on this March 1, and the start of meteorological springtime. Right in that range. A bit of a light south wind, mostly cloudy tonight, 33. Partly sunny for the day. Tomorrow, high temperatures with a bit of a south breeze up, getting close to 60. 45 tomorrow night, and we'll flirt with 70 on Sunday. A mostly sunny, windy, and seasonally mild day. 72 is a warm one on Monday as well, with some shower thunderstorm activity expand across the area, especially the afternoon and into Monday night. That activity winds down on Tuesday with the high temperature up around 55. A little more rain in here early Wednesday and again towards Friday of next week. Otherwise, 50s by day and 30s at night. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Regulators in Europe are fining Apple nearly $2 billion. The European Commission, the EU's executive body, claims Apple restricted app developers, preventing them from informing users about alternative and cheaper music subscription services. Apple is appealing. Apple says its competitor Spotify met with the European Commission more than 65 times during the investigation. Macy's shares are up more than 15% after the investment firm seeking to buy Macy's raised their offer by nearly $1 billion. Macy's rejected the previous offer from Arc House Management and Brigade Capital Management, saying it was too low. Bitcoin is holding over $65,000, its highest levels in more than 2 years. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. Stay on top of the latest news and information from Fox News. Listen and download the Fox News Hourly Update on your time. The trending stories you need anytime you want it. Listen and download now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com. The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day. Featuring insight from top newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News contributors. Listen and subscribe now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
What does the Apple Dumpling restaurant offer?
The Apple Dumpling serves up homemade favorites, fried chicken, sandwiches, delicious chicken and noodles, beef and noodles, meatloaf, all kinds of comfort food.
And of course, the Apple Dumpling with a scoop of ice cream, perhaps.
Visit this community treasure if you're looking for great people, great atmosphere, and great food in Urbana.
The Apple Dumpling Restaurant, open Tuesdays through Saturdays with a lunch buffet on Sundays. On High Cross Road in Urbana, you can look up the Apple Dumpling on Facebook.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
So I think, honestly, of the 6 guys that went over to Indianapolis for the Combine from Illinois football, I think the most impressive guy was Tip Ryman.
Man.
That's the kind of feedback we're getting in some of the stuff. Tip Ryman ran a 40-yard dash as fast as Isaiah Williams. Isaiah was supposed to do a little bit better. 4.64 isn't so good. But, boy, could he catch. He did well in other drills. Rooting for Isaiah Williams to have a chance.
What's the weight difference between those guys?
Lot. Tip Ryman weighs 271 pounds.
Wow.
And he ran a 4.64.
4.64, 40-yard dash.
And he looked really, really strong and good on blocking. They did the sled drill. So I don't know. We will see the NFL draft coming up in April.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But there was a fella in the combine that was 366 pounds.
Whoa.
And he ran a 5.2.
Is that right?
I can't run a 5.2.
Dude's got some muscle mass.
That's what I'm talking about with football, the physics.
Yeah.
A 5'2", 366, what's that feel like? Like a truck? I mean, the physics of that.
Right, something like
imagine,
that hit me.
What if he was on like special teams and 366 coming at you? I think you'd just take the ball, throw it over your shoulder, and run to the locker room. I mean, you're not going to get hit by that steam truck. I mean, it's nuts. Freight train. Anyway, amazing. And that's what's changed about the game is the fact that 8th graders now are they're different than the 8th graders 2 decades ago.
Absolutely.
And the equipment's different. Everything's different. What I do not understand, and somebody remind me next time Brett Bielema's on, why don't we wear pads? How do you do that? They have no knee pads, no thigh pads, no butt pads. We used to have all that. So they just took it all off because it hurt their speed. What about hitting your knee on the turf? Doesn't that hurt? I don't get it. I mean, again, you look at a football player, I don't think the linemen wear pads. They have the shoulder pads, everything's smaller. You look at the old 1970s or 80s, these shoulder pads were massive. You looked like some sort of bot, some sort of transformer. Your body was so big with pads. But now, of course, it hurt the speed, so they had to take all their pads out. Woo! And of course, then you got the helmet, the shoulder pads, and quarterbacks are all bundled up because they take blows.
Have you seen those little like air pocket type, helmets and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're redesigning stuff all the time.
Right.
I don't know what the latest,
the concussion protocol or whatever.
Trying to prevent them.
Yeah.
The physics say it's going to be hard when you have such collision and such impact at such speeds and such strength. When you have, somebody that's that strong, and everybody's strong now. It's not a question if they're strong. The question is how large they are, and can a 366-pound man run a 5'2"? That's just frankly scary. And he was jiggling. I mean, big gut.
Yeah.
366, though, can run that fast. I mean, I don't know. It's just so unbelievably different. So, I don't know. These guys it was a meat market. That's kind of what it is at the Combine.
In Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. And again, we're mentioning Tip Ryman, but I know that we have 6 guys that were performing throughout the weekend.
I don't think Johnny did much. Keith Randolph, I think, had an injury. I think Julian Pearl, Isaiah Adams, and of course Isaiah Williams. So,
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping that they can get it and get it done.
That's right. I mean, we think of Devin Witherspoon and how well he did.
He was a 0-star recruit, I think, when Lovey got him.
Right.
But man, did Brett get him better. Yeah. Anyway, so congratulations to them competing, and we'll see what happens. And then anybody know about spring ball? All I know is April 20.
April 20 at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. But who's on my team? What's the portal? Who we get?
Well,
what about
we
fall?
talked to Brett Bielema last week, I think it was, right before this Indianapolis event, and he mentioned, he's got like 10 seniors that graduated early that are on campus
from high school
already.
Guys. Yeah, they're here. That's generally normal. I don't know about 10, but certainly they're guys that come in January.
I think he said we've never had this many.
Yeah, I think that's growing.
And what happens then? Did they miss the prom? Did they graduate with their class and stuff, right?
Have they even turned 18?
Wow.
17-year-old boys. Yeah.
I mean, these are all rite of passage things. I want them to have a normal life.
I don't think the football player, the high-level guy, has a normal life.
Okay.
Do you remember anybody that you've known in your life that had an entourage when they were 15? That's the high-level person.
Right.
Now. It's an entourage. And everybody's either globbing on or truly your friend, but you can never tell.
That's right.
Because there's a good chance at 18, if you're a really big-time athlete, you're going to have a lot of money.
Man.
And that's just changed, man. You don't have to go pump gas anymore.
That's right.
Those days are kind of done. All right, the news will be next. Another half hour to go. You're always welcome to text in on the Fisher National Bank text line, 217-359-2255. Fisher National Bank, sponsor of our text line here in the morning. And we always love hearing from you. Whatever you'd like to chime in, whatever you've heard or want to comment on, we'd love to hear from you this morning. It is March 4th, so you need to March 4th.
And conquer.
And get her done.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost?
Nothing.
Come on.
For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freak and chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Well, whether you want to travel more to a warmer climate or invest in a hobby, you have dreams for retirement, whatever they might be, Busey Wealth Management recommends saving 10 to 15% of your annual income. What's the best savings choices? What are your options? Well, you have 401k, you can do an IRA, you can do a Roth IRA, traditional. What's the difference? Why don't you get with somebody at Busey? Then you can kind of chart the course of what you're going to have. Kind of guess that pretty well if you're disciplined in what you can save. If you're trying to decide between traditional or Roth, they can answer that. You can go to a financial calculator. That's in actually the resource center at Busey.com. There's so many things there that can help you. You can also talk to Busey Wealth Management's professionals. They'll help you determine what might be best for you in your situation. Busey Wealth Management can develop a strategy. Call them at 800-67-BUSEY or visit any Busey location today. Investment products and services are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. Busey for over 150 years. Remember, FDIC?
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A Supreme Court opinion is expected this morning about an effort in Colorado to block Donald Trump from primary ballots.
During arguments that happened back in February, some of the justices expressed major skepticism about Colorado's efforts to kick Trump off its ballot. They posited that a decision in Colorado's favor could set a precedent that creates what they called an unmanageable situation in the country.
Fox Jillian Turner. Colorado is one of the Super Tuesday states holding primaries tomorrow. Vice President Harris meets with a top Israeli war cabinet official today, Benny Gantz, about the war in Gaza.
Given the immense scale of suffering in Gaza, there must be an immediate ceasefire.
Vice President Harris there in Selma, Alabama, at an event marking 59 years since civil rights marchers were beaten by police on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign fire responded to a residential fire Saturday in the 1300 block of North Walnut Street. All occupants already outside. The crews worked quickly to get that fire under control. After an evaluation of the occupants, crews transporting one to a hospital. No firefighters hurt. A dog did die. The fire left the family displaced. Unofficial St. Patrick's Day is a long-time event on the University of Illinois campus, celebrating the holiday early before students go home for spring break. Now officials say enthusiasm for the events dwindled the more that safety's been put at the forefront. The day gained infamy after a 23-year-old student died in 2017. Since then, the university's made it a priority to address problematic behaviors. Some parents in Urbana say they want a solution fit for everyone. On Thursday, they held a rally voicing concerns about a redistricting proposal that would see Urbana elementary students being moved to different schools. Urbana School District's been working with a consulting firm to draw a new boundary plan for elementary schools in Urbana. We're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person.
With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Illini pizza fans, great things come from Jet's Pizza. Detroit-style pizza is one of them. Freshly made dough pressed into steel pans inspired by the Motor City. Topped with premium mozzarella, Mama Jet's secret sauce, fresh toppings, then baked to the thickest, crispiest, cheesy crunch. Want Detroit-style proof? Order Jet's famous 8-corner pizza. It's 8 pieces of crispy, crunchy, and cheesy to the edge pizza. Right now, get $5 off an 8-corner pizza at regular menu price. Online code 8SAVE. Jet's Pizza. Better because it has to be.
Rising costs of goods, unpredictable weather, and seasonal depression got you feeling down? Let Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing brighten your winter blues. Dogtown is offering $1,000 off any Bradford Whitewater heater, Rinnai tankless water heater, or Bosch mini split unit when you buy a Lennox home comfort system. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just $1,000 in savings when you call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, 217-841-4728. Offering 0% financing options for qualifying applicants. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend. Make a difference in your community and start a rewarding career when you join the Regional Planning Commission Early Childhood Education Team. The RPC will be interviewing for open positions within the program during a hiring event Thursday, April 4th at 103 South Country Fair Drive in Champaign. The event runs from 9 a.m. to noon. Attendees are encouraged to bring their resumes and references. Don't miss this hiring event for the Early Childhood Education Program, April 4th from 9 to noon at 103 South Country Fair Drive in Champaign. Learn more at ccrpc.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Welcome to March 1st and the start of meteorological springtime. Still a fair amount of spring-like temperatures expected to build our way here in the coming days, next couple of weeks for openers, and an increasingly active one down the line for next week and beyond. In the meantime, weak weather system traversing the deep southern states. Its northern extent generating a little bit of rain, perhaps a touch of some wet snow mixed in from time to time, and a late day high to 45 and a light south wind, mostly cloudy for tonight, 33 the low. Tomorrow, some peaks and pokes of sunshine, milder, the high nearing 60 in the afternoon. Pick up on the south wind and will flirt with 70 on a windy and a seasonably mild, mostly sunny Sunday. Then Monday, some shower activity expands across the area, perhaps a couple of thunderstorms the afternoon. Those only linger into early on Tuesday. Temperatures up around 72 for the day on Monday, cooling to about 55 on Tuesday, and then highs in the low to mid 50s. A few sprinkles Wednesday, a little more rain Friday. Overnight readings generally above freezing. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Right, thank you very much, Greg. We appreciate it. We have a Stever. It's Long Branch Steakhouse. And I know you like it, but if you've won this, we're saying this is for new people only today. So it says right on there, can only win this once.
That's right.
That gives other people that have tried and never won a real opportunity today. So if you've been wanting to go to Gifford and spend $50, my money, then you go to GoStever.com and you enter. You'll get an email after 8 tonight if you're one of our winners. I really enjoyed last night's event. It was the Lincoln Day dinner. Grace spoke. My daughter, Janet, and I were there. Diane was there.
I loved it.
Eric Meyer was there. I really enjoyed meeting Mary and Chris Miller,
yes,
state rep, and also Congresswoman Miller. And I had met a lot of the folks. Jim Ackland's running. I know that Adam Nieberg is running in the primary.
Yeah,
with
those both, Jim Ackland and Adam Nieberg, need you to write in. I'm just astonished at some of the stuff I'm hearing about behind the scenes of why Republicans aren't treated fairly in some of these processes. And, you know, when Mary was talking about our energy and being independent and that kind of quote unquote climate cult that we have running things, and it's just, wow, how are we doing this? We really need people to step up and get involved, for sure.
You just could volunteer and do something little, too. Brandon Schweitzer, met him and his lovely wife, and he's running for Illinois State Rep in the 104th. So, and listen, I appreciate everybody, Republican, Democrat, anybody getting active and trying to do something, but the divide feels big, and I think it's mostly on the far left. Because I think, you know, if there is a Democrat from the old days, I don't know if they've been shouted down, but The far left of the no prisons, no borders, no police faction of it all is where I have a real issue, because I think that's so destructive for the country. And the open border policy on the South is, who knows, God knows what that's going to mean over the years with so many bad actors that could be coming in. And we know there are some because of all the crime and the murders and things that have happened already.
Well, and we heard Senator Chapin Rose on our here at ESPN 93.5, but talking about the $1 billion that will be spent for illegal immigration.
Well, and he said I was written down for 2% raises. That's not true, because that's not how it is. And they're taking from this to give to that, and it's a wash.
And especially mental health for college kids.
I don't know how you cut mental health right now.
And when it comes to DSE, Developmental Services Center, and the budget cuts for people with disabilities.
How can you? I mean, that would be my last budget cut, would be the Developmental Services Center.
Unbelievable.
Those are folks that can't truly help themselves, their families. It is critical to support that.
And are supporting our veterans too, Stevie.
Yeah,
and we've got these illegal people coming in that aren't taking the proper path. They're not giving back with taxation by taking the proper path. I don't get it.
There's just a lot I don't get because of the philosophy of everybody's welcome, where you can't survive. We can't survive that if it doesn't stop, because guess what? There'll be 1 billion people that want to come to America. They do, and particularly if you're going to give them credit cards and stuff for free, the phones for free and everything, we pay for that. So it's a definite massive issue, and only now is the Biden administration caring because the polls are saying so. So now all of a sudden he went to the border, and he really was concerned, and it's the Republicans' fault. He did 94 executive actions to wipe out Donald Trump's strategy on the border, which was working. He did 94 executive actions the first week. He can do the 94 to bring them back, and he could stop this massive flow.
Oh, it's a sieve. We're just leaking. I mean, it's just horrible.
And the military-age people that are coming in, men military age from all countries, it's very disconcerting.
Yes.
So, but it was a good energy last night,
and we did have some hope, and really patting on the back a lot of our patriots who believe in our country and are stepping up and doing something about it.
All right, 8:40. One more time with some Brad Underwood. Brad will Meet the Media today. It's Zach Edey coming into town tomorrow night. The massive 7'5" center, 7'4", whatever. And he's the man. National Player of the Year will be in town tomorrow night. Might win National Player of the Year again. Purdue can clinch an outright Big Ten title with a win tomorrow night. We can keep our hope alive for a co-championship with Purdue with a win. And then we have our finale in Iowa City, 6 o'clock Saturday night. Don't be thinking that'll be easy. We're better than Iowa. There's no doubt. It's Purdue and us. And if we win tomorrow night, you can say, well, then we're even. They beat us there. We beat them here. We can win the game tomorrow night. I mean, we're that good. But they're real good, and so are we. So let's see what happens. And this will be the best crowd of the year. Senior night, sold out. Purdue, Illinois, weather's fine. Getting there and getting out and all that stuff. It's just getting to March, and we are in March. So now the March Madness. This is a taste of it tomorrow night. And then a week from now, we're in the Big Ten tournament. It's in Minneapolis this year.
I know.
We're not just driving over to India, driving to Chicago. This is a longer place to visit. It takes, 8 or 10 hours to get to Minneapolis from here? Anyway, so we're rooting for the Illini. A double bye means we wouldn't play till Friday of next week. And that'll be our first game out of the chute. And if we win that, we'll be in the semifinals Saturday and hopefully make the final on Sunday. And then it's after the Sunday final, a week from Sunday. We're springing ahead on the clocks this Saturday night, by the way. After that final on a week from Sunday, they'll have the Selection Sunday, as they always do after the final Big Ten final. And then we'll see where we go and who we play. 8:42.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Basketball star Dane Danger on Living at Pacifica on Green.
Hi, I'm Dane Danger. Pacifica living here is just very convenient. You know, a lot of things are around. A lot of my classes are around the corner. It's a lot of food and things over here. My facility is down the street as well. So, you know, for me, it's just very convenient. I'm staying in here by myself, so I have a lot of space to myself. You know, it's good for me.
The ultimate in student housing, Pacifica on Green at pacificaongreen.com. Yeah, they love Pacifica on Green. You need to get a tour of that place and you just go, wow.
Right.
It's awesome.
Everything's right there. Woo! When it comes to the gaming room or fitness
they got
studying.
It's luxury living, but it's not at all out of price. It's really good pricing, too. Okay, let's check your sports headlines. Got a Brad Underwood here. Do you want that?
Okay.
Brad Underwood, what has Marcus Damask meant to us?
We probably don't have enough time for me to talk about what he's meant for us. You know, we knew he was a really good player. You know, he was just shy of 2,000 points coming in here and missed 3/4 of a season at Southern. And so we knew his versatility. We just didn't know how we were going to see it, you know, what it was going to look like. And, you know, basically our full-time point guard now and his skill set. I have not been around a player who spends more time. He gets 3 workouts a day and include one of those at our practice. He is ridiculously committed to the game of basketball and his success. And whether it's treatments, whether it's, you know, the recovery piece, whatever it is, he is very committed to that. To come home, most guys, you know, get a little amped, get a little nervous, and that becomes the moment. Is worrying about all that other stuff. He just focuses on the game, and that's a unique quality.
Yeah, he's really, really good. We've enjoyed Marcus for sure. We'll say goodbye to 6 of our guys, and the guy you found was Williams, Mike?
Max Williams.
Max Williams is the guy that got in and scored 1 point. Otherwise,
That's right.
It's Dane. No, not Dane. Dane has another year if he wants to be here. It's Terrence, Coleman, Marcus, Justin,
Quincy.
And Quincy. Wow. Woo.
Man, those are some great
Good
experienced players.
Really good. Really good. We got to go back to the portal and find me a few for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And Marcus, such a great game with 31 points on Saturday. And Waupun, Wisconsin is where he's from, and family and friends, the entourage there to support him. I mean, 22-7 on the season, 13-5, a double bye coming into the Big Ten tournament. Purdue's game, it looks like it's going to be on Peacock.
Oh, no. Is that right? Oh, boy.
I think I saw that.
That kind of stings. It's a sellout, and not everybody has Peacock, but you might want to pay $7 to get that one.
Or go to Pia's and spend $7 on some drinks and watch it with some friends. Plus, they've got the fan bus.
And get the Slugger Burger.
That's right.
Yeah, the fan bus to get you door to door.
I'm telling you. And Pia's is great for Cubs fans and Cardinal fans and spring training games. It's just a great place for fans to go. Eric has such a wonderful spot. I think they might have had 2 buses on the last home game and might need it again for the Purdue game. And they'll probably leave a little earlier than usual.
Yeah,
because the senior ceremony is at 5:30.
Yeah,
so
we're planning to get there probably 5. I like going early.
I do too.
There's no traffic. It's really easy, and it's just the electricity and the environment. It's going to be the best home game of the year crowd-wise. Let's see if we can get a big win. Let's go.
Go Illini. Our Illini women with seniors honored yesterday and a victory, 74-73 over Nebraska. So next up will be Maryland at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday in Minneapolis as the number 9 seed. The baseball team won yesterday against Michigan State 12-6, but there were some losses over the weekend. We also have NBA action with the Pacers being beat by San Antonio 117-105. Bulls in Sacramento tonight, LA Clippers and the Bucks. And last night in Big Ten action, we had Indiana over Maryland 83-78. Nebraska beat Rutgers 67-56.
All right.
That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
The Alma Market is your one-stop shop for one-of-a-kind creations from the University of Illinois alumni and students, as well as unique finds from some of your favorite Urbana-Champaign area businesses. Treat yourself or a loved one and support your fellow Illini today. If you're a University of Illinois student, alum, or Champaign-Urbana area business, feature your products on the Alma Market. Becoming a vendor is a great way to expand your reach and connect with Illini across the country. For more details, visit almamarket.org. Go Illini!
At Watts CompuSystems, they offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. If you want a free evaluation, get a quote for free. Greg Wolf, 217-352-0428.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. Overall, pretty quiet weather picture. Weak weather system heading through the southern states has a little more moisture expanding northward into our general neck of the woods and points on southward. That includes, a little bit of wet snow, some rain mixed in for this morning, a little rain back in this afternoon, and temperatures up to about 45 this afternoon. Average high for the time of year on this March 1, then the start of meteorological springtime. Right in that range. A bit of a light south wind, mostly cloudy tonight, 33. Partly sunny for the day. Tomorrow, high temperatures with a bit of a south breeze up, getting close to 60. 45 tomorrow night, and we'll flirt with 70 on Sunday. A mostly sunny, windy, and usually mild day. 72 is a warm one on Monday as well, with some shower thunderstorm activity expand across the area, especially the afternoon and into Monday night. That activity winds down on Tuesday with the high temperature up around 55. A little more rain in here early Wednesday and again towards Friday of next week. Otherwise, 50s by day and 30s at night. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Solgay.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information, including repair quotes and online scheduling requests, available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Yeah, we will have Jim on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jim Hampton, Tapman's Towing owner, good man, great businessman, and great company with Tapman's Towing. Anyway, sadly, 2 years since Ross was killed.
That's right.
Was that Kirby and Neil? Mm-hmm. And he was...
Windsor.
Windsor and Neil. And it was
it's only
dark,
20, I believe.
21, 20. I mean, he had the jacket on, and somebody's going too fast. So just a tragedy. They're going to try and just... I tell you what, it's impacted me, because when I see lights flashing, I slow it down and I try and get over.
Use
I mean,
caution pass.
and you just sometimes it's hard to get left on the interstate, but you should be able to see it from pretty far away.
Yep, and I'm like hitting the brakes and then getting over it, even if it's inconvenient. And not a good time to get over. I'm going to make it happen.
Be very careful with
That's
the
right.
speed because you have people going so fast.
Absolutely.
So, so that'll be tomorrow. We'll have Jim come in and remind us, being very careful with the lights flashing. So, because, you generally can see that pretty far away.
I saw that Chris Mortensen passed away at the age of 72.
Really good ESPN guy.
3 decades for the NFL for ESPN.
Very, very good. I guess a heart attack?
Known for his shows on Sports Center, it says.
Chris Mortensen. But been doing that a long, long time. Okay, boys will be on this afternoon. Luke Goody sometime this week. And Luke Goody, we are presented by
Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, and Max Twin City Recycling, as you said, and First Federal Savings Bank, local and trusted.
That is our deal with Luke Goody through this month, and then we're done for now.
Mortensen had stage 4 throat cancer that was diagnosed in January 2016.
Oh, wow. So we've been battling that long.
Right.
Oh, my.
So, yeah.
Okay, all of our guests appear on the Tapman's Towing phone line. All of our texts come in via the Fisher National Bank text line.
Yes, 359-2255.
All right, the boys again this afternoon. They'll be talking more Wisconsin and that tremendous victory. Really hard to get a win like that. I mean, it was feasible we could lose all 3 of those and not play poorly. I mean, but we went to Wisconsin and played very well. Marcus Damask, former Mr. Wisconsin basketball, and just had a heck of a homecoming on his final game in Madison.
That's right.
So pretty cool. And then, of course, senior night. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll get some clips from Brett Underwood. And dang, as we get into March and the weather's getting warmer and the NCAA and all these other things, remember, we weren't in these things. I mean, we were not getting into these tournaments for a good amount of time, for like 20 to 11 or 12 to 15, 16. We weren't in anything. Brad Underwood comes to town, lose 20 games, I think his first year, and look what he's done since. All right, we are done. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, Lonte, Derek Piper, Kyle Toss. That'll be later today, and we'll talk to you in the morning.
Beautiful day today.
Yeah,
So
enjoy the temperatures. You betcha. The Stever is Long Branch Steakhouse. If you've never won that, that's who we're looking for today. Go Stever.com. A new experience for you. Go Stever.com. All right, we're done. We'll be seeing you in the morning. Go Illini, and we'll get ready for the sellout with the Purdue Boilermakers coming in trying to clinch on my home court. No. Thanks for listening. Have a great Monday. Basketball star Coleman Hawkins on the general manager, Pacifica on Green, Lisa Lauer.
She's great. We got connected, and ever since then, I've been super grateful for her. She's a great person, and she really looks out for me. Anything I need, she tries to get it done for me, and it's super great to have someone who I feel like I can trust, and someone who, I want to do something for in the future to really help her out, because she's helped me out a lot.
Visit them at pacificaongreen.com.
The average American throws away almost 5 pounds of trash per day, half which ends up in a landfill. At 2 Men in a Junk Truck, when we pick up your unwanted furniture, appliances, trash, and office equipment, we make it a priority to divert those items from your local landfill. 2 Men in a Junk Truck, looking for partners that share our vision of environmental responsibility. If you and your organization can reuse, upcycle, recycle some of these items, we would love to work with you. Contact us at 2meninAjunkTruck.com. We want to make room for what matters most.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do.
Relax. Call back 217-359-7293.
Every month we honor law enforcement because they deserve it. A 7-year guy, 8 years in Florida, 15 total. He's now with the Champaign Police Department. Presently serves as a sergeant in the patrol division, Sergeant Austin Massey. Why did you get into this business?
Ever since I was really young, I was raised to respect law enforcement and appreciate that they are in their position to help us and be ready to assist at your worst time. Growing up, seeing the law enforcement in the community out there helping, just really something I wanted to do and be there to help people on their worst day, help make their lives a little better.
How do you approach each day?
You never know what you're going to get. Coming into work, you never know. It could be a nice, calm day, nothing going on. I can just take care of paperwork and get everyone squared away. But then the wheels can fall off and we can go call to call to call. It's almost instinct.
Relax. Call back 217-359-7293.
Make a difference in your community and start a rewarding career when you join the Regional Planning Commission's Early Childhood Education Team. The RPC will be interviewing for open positions within the program during a hiring event Thursday,